get out. Late night, no light, you gotta fight it out. Hold tight, you're overdue. If you're lost in the blue, I'll reach like a comet to you. Again and again and I'll move. Galaxies open for you. Again and again and I'll light up the rocket and reach like a comet to you. Forget pain, me back at all. Just swing that day, whether you fly or fall down. You're quite a view. If you're lost in the blue, I'll reach like a comet to you. Again and again, and I'll move. Galaxies open for you. Again and again, and I'll light up the rocket and reach like a comet to you. Come on, comet, comet. Come on, comet, comet. Come on, comet, comet. I'll reach like a comet to you. Come on, comet, comet. Come on, comet, comet. Come on, comet, comet. Bright as the midnight moon. If you're lost in the blue, I'll light up the rocket. Get on it and reach like a comet to you. Again and again and I'll move. Galaxies open for you. Again and again and I'll light up the rocket and reach like a comet to you. Again and again and I'll move. Galaxies open for you. Again and again and I'll light up the rocket and reach like a comet to you.
Hey, Mr. Aviles, how you doing? There it is. Ugh. Sounds good. I got one. One of my guys is in.
right, friends, how are you? My name is Chris Aviles. Welcome to this Garden State Esports show match. We are very excited today to bring you a best of 5. It is going to be the middle school state Rocket League champions for Garden State Esports, Burnet Middle School, taking on our high school state champions, the Manasquan Warriors, again in this best of 5 show match. Really excited to bring this to you today. I also want to introduce you to my co-caster as well as the coach for the Burnet Barbarians, Mr. Eric Churis. Mr. Churis, how are you today, sir?
Hey, Mr. Aviles, thank you for having me on here. I'm feeling great. I'm really excited about this. I think this is really can help showcase the whole, one of the big, what I always say benefits of esports is it eliminates that physical barrier.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter how big you are, how old you are. I know from last time that Manasquan is a team of sophomores. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Churis, you are mostly 7th graders.
Yeah, we're 2 7th and 1 6th today.
There we go. 2 7th grader and 1 6th grader taking on sophomores in this middle school versus high school battle. Some really fun stuff. While everybody is here, thank you guys for checking us out. If you didn't know, Garden State Esports is a non-profit scholastic esports league in New Jersey. That we started over COVID to give people, kids in school a place to play. And we've grown to 105 school districts. We have about 20% of the state in our league. And we're really just excited to have this for kids, Like everybody tells me, I wish I had something like this when I was in school. I played football and I wrestled and I ran track, but I would have also had to, love doing something like this. Playing a little StarCraft, little CSGO would have been fantastic with your friends in school. So while you're here, friends, do me a favor, throw us a follow. Right, we are trying to build that community across New Jersey. If you have not already, check us out. Garden State Esports on the Facebook, GSE Sports org on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you, Topher, for the cheer, my friend. I appreciate it. But Mr. Churis, let's take a look at today's lineups. Let's see who we have playing for us today. For the Manasquan High School Warriors, you may remember them from last game where they defeated Hunterdon Central Red Devils in the finals. You have Topher Lynch, Tyler Kenneth Sloan Collinson, and you have Braden Bolt Fawn Check, coached by Miss Amy Edwards, who is running a fantastic program over there at Manasquan. I know that she is watching, so we want to say thank you to Mrs. Edwards for running this amazing program at Manasquan. And then on the other side, we have our middle schoolers. Mr. Churis, we have your Burnet Barbarians. We have Darian Alkaline Cancel, who was the MVP of the middle school match where you guys defeated Thorn Middle School in the middle school finals a few months ago. We have Yadir Baller Yee, and we have Daniel. Dan is now 16. Congratulations, Dan Bizdell. Tell me a little bit about your team, Mr. Churis.
So, we came together at the start of the season kind of as just, hey, we threw out a program and, I decided to cast a wide net and see who showed up. And I was really pleased. We actually got a lot of younger students, we had only 2 8th graders on our team actually, when we played in that championship match, which was pretty cool. I was expecting more of that, but it was really, and they were great players. They actually played in the 4th match that clinched our victory.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I was amazingly impressed by the talent that came out in between all the grades. I've been playing this game since it debuted. My brother got me into it. And they came in. I'm like, okay, this will be good. And I might be able to show them a few things. And I've got guys that are like they could beat me hands down, one hand tied behind their back and the whole 9 yards.
Well, it's funny is dive into that is it's hard not to remember Darian Cancel's performance in the finals, but he's a grand champ, I believe, right? As a 7th grader in Rocket League.
Yes.
And how about your other kids playing today?
Baller Yadir Baller Yi is also a grand champ, I believe, in 2s and 3s.
Okay.
And Dan is now, I believe, a champ 3 in 2s.
There you go. And
so they're all up there, and a lot of them really have.
No, yeah, I mean, having talked to Miss Edwards, we have a similar skill set on the other side. So, I mean, this should be quite the matchup. But I think, Mr. Church, the one thing you and I can both agree on is that they're all better than us. But that doesn't stop us from having a fun time and having, a great esports program. Let's see. Looks like everybody's in the game. Let me make sure that I'm ready to go. Mr. Church, are you ready to go?
I'm ready. Let's do this. Let's get these kids playing before they got itchy trigger fingers.
Yeah, Mr. Church, if you want to let your kids know that they can join, Miss Edwards, if you want to let your kids know that they can join, we will switch it over. We'll get some spectate mode going here, and we will wait for our players to jump in. There we go. This is always the most nerve-wracking part, is making sure everybody joins at the same time, at the right time. So.
Oh, for sure.
Here we go.
Sure, we actually ran into that problem in the tournament. One of our players kind of went disappearing on us.
It happens more than you would think. And as somebody who's trying to cast and stream and organize this stuff as well, it always makes me nervous. But look at the professionalism between our high school and our middle school state champs. They're already in the game. The action is underway. We have in blue, again, your high school state champions, Manasquan High School, on the board already, with Kenneth Sloan hitting him with the razzle-dazzle. And then in orange,
nice little pop to an arrow.
Middle school state champs, your Burnet Barbarians. So, Manasquan goes up 1-0 already.
Nice one on the kickoff
Coach
there by Dan.
Were your middle schoolers nervous at all about playing high schoolers?
They seemed very excited about it, to be honest. I know a few of them play with older, students or older players, and when they're playing on their own.
Well, you have to wonder, right?
So,
is there
it's something new to them.
Is there like that big brother kind of thing where, you're always kind of afraid of your big brother? The age difference, you think it makes a difference? I'm not sure. Because I'll tell you, when, the high school state finals, Manasquan took on Hunterdon Central. Hunterdon Central was a team of juniors and seniors, I believe. And like I said, Manasquan, the team you're seeing here representing our high school, they were all sophomores, and they were able to pull it out in the last few seconds of the 5th game. So I can tell you, it looks like not seeing a lot of nerves. I'm seeing a lot of high-level gameplay. So that's always nice.
For sure. I mean, these you can see these kids have been practicing and definitely got their warm-ups in before this match started. They're ready to go.
Absolutely. And I would like to point out that you guys are also going to be representing Garden State Esports in the New Jersey Devils Invitational Tournament coming up next month.
It's a great save. Yeah, we are. They are very excited about that. I think they're more excited about that than I am. Ooh, that was a nice shot there.
Well, I'll tell you, what I'm excited about with that, Coach Churris, is you are taking on all colleges.
I know. It's really cool.
I am excited to see how our middle schoolers do against college programs. So that should definitely be interesting. Rutgers is going to be there. I believe Stockton is going to be there, and a few others.
Okay. I mean, I think it's going to be a great experience for them. No matter what ends up happening, no matter how it ends up going. But I think more than that, I think for some of them, this might be an opening to kind of get their name out there to some colleges as they start transitioning into high school, getting ready to transition into high school, and maybe finding some college opportunities.
Absolutely.
These sort of programs.
That's one of the things you're going to see next year from Garden State Esports is we're going to start to bring in the colleges. We're going to do some of our college showcases. It may surprise some folks out there, but almost every college in New Jersey has an esports program. Rutgers has one of the biggest esports programs. If you follow esports news, you know that Kane just launched their program. Rowan University is building $1 million esports facility on their campus. So,
Wow.
you know, and I don't want to humble brag, Mr. Churis, but I'm going to be speaking to the Lieutenant Governor about esports on June 22nd.
Ooh.
So I'm going to see
good.
if we can get Garden State Esports recognized as the official state league, which you see some other states doing. Pennsylvania has an official state league. Connecticut has an official state league, which they went with a NASIF affiliate, much like we are. So we're hoping to be able to solidify the fact that Garden State Esports provides the best scholastic esports experience out there.
Right, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, we're actually getting a new superintendent in our district starting next year. He's already popped in a few times. Nice shot by Baller, great pass there by Dan. Get the nice little setup there. Our new superintendent had popped in a while ago, and he is very excited about our program that we're getting started.
Yeah, I mean,
in Union. So I'm looking forward to hoping that lets us grow a little bit faster than I was hoping that I was initially starting on.
Well, I'm sure winning a middle school state championship helped put Union right on the map quickly.
Oh, I'm sure that did not hurt our chances at all.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, our community has been very supportive of us, which has been great. The parents that I've talked to about it, other teachers, they're kind of like, is it really a big thing? And then when you start showing them it and explaining it to them, they go, oh, okay. So it isn't just playing video games. There is so much more to it that they work on.
Yeah, I was on 2 panels today talking about esports, and that's one of the things that I tried to help people understand is, number one, esports is a direct analog to traditional sports, right? So somebody like me who grew up playing football and wrestling and stuff like that, I learned as much about life on a wrestling mat as I did in a classroom. And so esports is a fantastic stand-in for kids who don't want to or can't play traditional sports, right? But then you add in the career and technical education side, where these kids are learning about the esports industry, which is the fastest growing industry in the world, and how they can be a part of it and find a lucrative career, right? We're always preaching STEM jobs. Well, you can't be serious about STEM and not be serious about esports, because that's where a lot of these jobs are going to be.
They're hand in hand.
Exactly. And then you talk about the community piece, right? Esports is a fantastic way to let kids develop a new group of friends, and let them get a sense of belonging. Garden State Esports, I hear from coaches all the time that kids who didn't show up are showing up more and stuff like that. So, there's a lot of benefits to esports that go beyond competition.
Actually, earlier this year, in a great win by Manasquan, they take the first game 3-1.
There we go.
But our board of ed actually wanted us to present a couple months ago on our board, and actually that was one of the things we talked. When they were asking me to pick students, Alkaline was one of those students I picked very quickly. I think he's changing his car right now. So he should be back in a second.
Sure. Which I didn't know changing your car was a thing. Right, when my kids left the game to switch their car, I had a panic attack. I'm like, why are you guys leaving? What is happening? I didn't know that you could go back into the game, and it totally threw me for a loop. But why would Alkaline do a car change?
So the different cars have different hitboxes around them, and more importantly, some cars align better to certain hitboxes.
Gotcha.
So you'll see a lot of players use. So what we see here, I can point some of that to you. There are really 3 popular car bodies. Nice shot there by 2-9er. Which one is the Octane, which you can see 2-9er is driving. It's a little like sports buggy almost. The second popular one is the Dominus, which is being driven. I know someone's got it. Hang on. Which Built Fawn is using.
Gotcha.
The flatter body. And then the other one that's very popular, and it's the one Alkaline I believe just switched to, is the Fennec, which looks a little bit more like a coupe, I guess you can call it. Nice shot by Dan right there. There are a bunch of other ones that you'll see players using, but these 3 tend to be the ones you see at the pro level most often. And the Fennec is actually a relatively new addition to that. The Octane and the Dominus were 2 of the original car bodies in this game.
Gotcha.
And that's one of the reasons why you see them so prevalently.
Right. No, good to know. Yeah, I mean, growing up, you know, I was a good StarCraft player, StarCraft 2, CS:GO for a while, then Overwatch, and now because I have 2 sons under 2, I mostly play Hearthstone on mobile while I'm holding them. So it's always interesting to hear about the meta and how games develop over time, because Rocket League really wasn't on my radar until it was the only game that I could find that my Board of Education would approve.
Oh,
right? It's
okay.
one of those non-violent esports games that has a really big following. So, you know, for me in Fairhaven, I built my whole program around Rocket League, and it's been a real educational experience as Dan passes it to Alkaline.
It was a great off the wall pass right there and to a great aerial shot.
Love it.
But that is actually one of the hardest defenses to make right there, is that pass right off the backboard. As a defender, you're really stuck because of where you generally position yourself.
I can imagine.
In
when
goal.
I talk to the kids, I talk about, you know, do your best to center and communicate, and it's not the first hit that goes in, it's going to be the second and the third. Not unlike you know, soccer itself.
Correct. Many real parallels there. Nice flip reset. Alkaline right there to try and get that ball past. A little too hard there going over the top, but that's all right.
So we also have Miss Edwards in the chat, the coach from Manasquan. She said that she'll be presenting about esports to her Board of Education also in August, when her students will be recognized for their state championship. And if I have not mentioned it, Manasquan is going to be representing Garden State Esports in the national championship being put together by a group of state organizations like ourselves. So it's interesting.
That's really cool.
Yeah, to have you guys go and represent us in that Jersey Devils tournament, to have Manasquan High School represent us in a national tournament. You know, it's amazing, all just the different opportunities in Rocket League that you and esports itself that you guys can have. But Mr. Church, your Barbarians are up 3-1.
I know, it looks, you know, and I would say that tends to be our trend a lot of times. It takes us a minute or two to get the guys to work together, but once they do, they can become quite a force.
Oh, I've
sometimes.
Seen it.
So hopefully we can keep the pressure up.
I saw it all season. But tell me, right, a team like this, what does practice look like for the Burnet Barbarians? Walk us through kind of what you guys are doing.
So it depends. A lot of times we'll do a practice. A lot of times we'll come together. We'll break up into groups to work on different skills. Nice shot there by 2-9er. And a great attempted save there by Balder. That was close, to be sure. So it depends. Sometimes we'll do a practice where it's just a quick scrimmage with each other. So we'll break the players up by, you know, ability level. And I'll have them, you know, just do a couple scrimmages together just to get some warm-ups in. But other times what we'll do is we'll take skills that players want to work on. And a lot of times I'll have the players teach some of the newer players or the less skilled players. Ooh, what a save. Some of those things. So it becomes kind of like they kind of become each other's coaches. So I've had players like Alkaline and Baller here teach kids about doing, you know, playing off the wall, playing off the ceiling, which are 2 very advanced skills and not easy to get right away. And I'll have other kids, you know, that I might work with. We talk a little bit about aerials, which is and how to get into the air faster so that you can beat those other players to the ball while it's floating around. And with my other players like Alkaline or Baller, what I'll talk with them about a lot of times is how to start working with the team. Because they're so used to playing a lot of times, you know, solo online, where, you know, an air dribble more or less is a goal for them. In this area, you know, they've seen it already. It really isn't that automatic goal they're used to getting. So how to like take that air dribble and fake the shot to pass it to one of their back guys, how they to get them in position to just make a quick shot in as it goes.
Love it. You know, it's one of those things, esports.
Yeah, so it's really for them, it becomes more about the strategy of the game.
Right. And I was going to say, I love that there's, you know, a low barrier to entry that anybody can get into Rocket League in most esports games, but there's a high skill ceiling where, you know, you can really see what separates a grand champ from somebody who might be a platinum player or something like that. Just how good you can actually get. As we're starting to see Burnet Barbarians pull away, right? The middle schoolers look like they might have game 2 here locked down over our high school state champs, the Manasquan Warriors. So that would even the series up at 1-1.
Would. That would be a nice.
We have
It's,
Mr.
nice
J.D.
brother. I would love to
Williams.
see this go to all 5.
Yeah, I mean Manasquan and 100 Central in the
slow
state
roller.
finals went to all 5. I believe you and Thorn Lions went to 4 games. So I wouldn't be surprised. It's definitely not going to be a clean sweep. And then we have Mr. J.D. Williams in the chat. Mr. Williams is telling us that Rocket League has a large pro scene. Over 100,000 people are watching the pro match right now. The RLCS is on, which I was watching a little bit before we started our stream here today. So, you know, I know we have probably some Union parents watching, maybe some Manasquan parents watching. You know, it's funny. Well, maybe I'll save this story for when we get back into the next match, but you know, I've been lucky enough to coach some kids that are now in Major League Baseball and now play in the NFL. It's a long shot.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is a long shot, but it's possible. But
It does happen out on occasion, for sure.
Hey, but as we transition into Game 3 here with the series tied 1-1, let me encourage you, friends, to give us a follow. Garden State Esports on the Facebook, gsesports.org on the other socials. We would appreciate a follow because one of the things we want to make sure is that we keep Garden State Esports free for everybody. And one of the ways that we have to do that is we go out and get sponsors, and what they're looking for is that we have a large audience, we have a large community. So if you have not followed us, please do as we jump back into the game. But going back to what I was saying before, you know, I have a student who pitches for the Reds now. I have a student that pitches for the Red Sox. I have a kid who plays for the Texans. And at no point did anybody ever tell me or their other coaches, hey, you know, don't tell them they can't make it. Right? Don't tell them they can't be a pro player, because it is possible if they put in the work. But the other side of it is to have a backup plan, right?
Oh, exactly. Oh, I tell that to my players, you know, all the time. It's like, you know, if you want to do this, that's fine. But what's your backup plan? And, you know, especially because injuries happen more than anything else. You know, an injury will take out can end a pro career before it even starts.
100%. And so that's the other
We actually
part.
had that happen to one of our former students.
What happened?
So that was we had a pro football player from our town. He had a knee injury his, I think, second year in the pros.
Right, and it was over.
And that basically was it. You know,
Well,
you know, he was brought back for a 3rd season but never played, and then
I mean,
that was it.
And part of the research
His career
that
over,
I
but
do,
he did have that backup plan.
and part of the research that I do when I go out and I talk about esports and the value of it, the average NFL career is 3 years. The average esports career is about 18 months, if not less. So, you know, it's amazing how quickly the opportunities come, but then the opportunities go. So having that backup plan, right? One of the reasons why we make sure that we have a career and technical education piece to what we do in Garden State Esports is kids know that if, you know, if they don't make it pro, there's always the possibility to work somewhere in esports and still be close to what they love doing. As we see, Baller put Burnet up 2-1. We got a foul.
Yeah, no, it's one of the things, and actually one of the things the original. Tito. Oh, that's Tito. He's one of our guys.
Okay. There you go.
Tito.
It's always fun to try to figure out what people's names are. But another thing I'll point out, Mr. J.D. Williams, who runs a fantastic program out west, says that the parents of these esports teams, right, these kids on esports team, they should subscribe to their school's channel because, believe it or not, if you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription per month. and that is a
Oh
fantastic.
yeah, it's a great way to get funding for your school's programs for sure.
So I mean, it is summertime, so if somebody wanted to throw their Twitch Prime subscription at Garden State Esports, I'm not going to be mad. But when school's back in session and they have the opportunity, they should support their school's team with that Twitch sub, right? That's $2.50 a month that they can be helping out their team, which, you know, when you have a school the size of Union, that could add up really quickly.
It does, yeah. I was doing the math one day, and I think it's like if you just get 20 subs for all 6 months, you get like it's $600 a year, and basically it costs people absolutely nothing because they're already paying for
It's
it.
free
They're
money.
just not using it.
And $600 a year, that's a set of team jerseys every year.
Oh, for sure. Not more.
So there we go, right? We're not just
New
educating the
jerseys.
students, we're educating the community as well. Spend those Twitch Prime subs on your school's esports team because it's free money that you're just not using. And, with esports being so
Make Amazon suffer. I mean, hey. Make Amazon pay.
There you
You
go.
don't have to.
With esports being so new, right, not every district is willing to put in the support, that some other districts are. So that's a way that parents can help bring this and grow this at their school. As we see, 2-1, Burnet is up in game number 3, 90 seconds on the clock. This one is more of a battle, back and forth. And for me, I'm always
Teams are
impressed with
definitely
how
adjusting
these
to each
kids-
other's play styles. Ooh,
Wow.
what a save. This game is very much all about also adjusting to your opponents and seeing what they're doing and figuring out how do I counter what they do. And both teams are doing a great job at that.
I mean,
Or
this is
are they a
probably-
very technical team?
This is probably the
Or are
highest
they,
level
you know,
play we've seen
rotational?
all year. Just the back and forth, the rotations. Everybody is kind of where they should be when they should be. So it's pretty impressive.
I mean, some of these kids I definitely can see doing things. And actually, one of the things that we're pushing next year in our program that we're going to be focusing on is going to be content creation and
Yes.
social media.
Love it.
So our plan next year is we're going to have the kids start making videos. The kids are going to start, doing commentary.
Love it. Yep.
And they're going to start managing our social media posts. So they're going to be the ones creating them and getting them prepped and ready to go, figuring out our photos, what images we
Real-world
want to
skill
use with them, and
development. And what's nice is,
taking it out from there.
Oh,
What a
tied up.
tying shot right there. That was a great pass to himself. Did that one. Built Fawn, great play. Oh, Kenneth made the pass.
There you
Great
go.
pass by
Well,
Kenneth.
2-2,
there.
20 seconds left. Tied 1-1 in the series and the best
Plenty
of
of
5.
time in a Rocket League game, but maybe not this one.
I mean, this could wind up being the deciding moment of the whole series. Whoever wins this tied up close match here at the end. 10
Yeah,
seconds.
this could
We're going to see some.
it's definitely going to give you the
last-second
advantage
heroics.
going into the third game.
We're going into OT. What are we going to see?
It's like overtime.
OT.
Ooh, almost. I tried to sneak it in
Can
there,
I
but
tell you
didn't.
how much I love that overtime in Rocket League is like immediate? Like as soon as the ball touches, like you have 3 seconds to figure your life out, and then it's right into overtime. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I
like
that.
there's no prep.
There's no prep. There's no like timeouts. There's no like let's bring. It's like overtime now, sudden death, go. So
Play
here we
it.
go. First goal wins game 3. Demo on Kenneth Sloan by Baller.
Ooh,
There it
and what a
is.
shot!
Manasquan clutches. 26
Manasquan
seconds
taking
in
it
OT.
there.
The high schoolers go up 2-1 over the middle schoolers.
What a shot! That was a
wow.
great shot off the ground too. No notes there.
Nice.
It looks like Dan's switching over to a new
Switching out
car body as
car.
well.
Everybody's got those manners in the chat, GGing after each round. You love to see it.
You do.
That's something else that we're working on with Garden State Esports is making sure everybody understands that this toxicity, we're tired of it, man. We don't want to tolerate it.
Yeah. Nope.
So
All
I
about
love
it's all
the
about the respect.
sportsmanship I
Big
see.
thing that-
I love the sportsmanship from the Garden State Esports kids.
Oh no! Oof! A kickoff goal right there. Nicely done.
Let's
Now, for those of you that were wondering what was with all of the that joining and stuff at the beginning of the match, players will do that if someone on the other team isn't in yet, but they know they're coming. It helps delay the start of the match every time someone joins a team.
Oh, there you go. Learn something new every day. Quick goal by Squan.
Not an indefinite,
Yeah.
not an indefinite goal, but it is a nice thing to do just so you make sure you're playing against a full.
Exactly.
fully loaded
Spirit
team.
is spirit of the game. You
Yeah,
don't want
Dan.
to win something like this on a fluke. You don't want to win something like this on a technicality or a glitch or somebody not being
Right,
ready.
because,
you want to win this the right way.
You want to win this and not have to have that asterisk next to it.
Exactly. Alkaline clearing the ball back to the Manasquan side. Keeps it there.
Good job there. Bit of containment. Looks like they're gonna put. Ooh, a nice challenge. Ooh, and just missed the shot there. That was close. That was dangerous. That was dangerous there for them, for Manasquan for a second, but they were able to hold it off, which was great by them. Great play. Oof, almost a little teammate collision there. It's like I was trying to do a little ceiling pinch. Didn't work out as planned, but a great save by 2-9er.
Whoa! I didn't know if Sloan was going to make it, but he slides in there with the save. Not that one.
And a
Alkaline.
great shot there by Alkaline, man.
That was almost from half. What would it be? Half.
Great
field,
pass
half
by
court?
Baller
What do you call
there,
it?
and then just a nice. That was a lot of power off that shot. I think that just caught Manasquan off guard with how hard that shot came in.
1-1 if Squan
Love
wins
kickoffs on this game.
Manasquan in blue, if they win, they're going to be the show match champs, right? But Burnet answered back. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. Burnet, the middle schoolers, the state champs in orange. Ball dancing in front.
Your double commit defense there. It's always risky when you're doing a double commit, but sometimes it pays off. Ooh, just got down the wrong side of his car. Looks like Alkaline was going back for some boost.
Niner takes out
Looks like he's
Dan.
back in, ready to go. Nice play to the air. There goes the bump. Ooh, the follow through, maybe? Yes, and there it is. Shot by Baller. That's one of those things I've been trying to work to have these guys start learning to do. That pass right there is so clutch. If you can get the communication down for it.
And how are the Burnet Barbarians communicating? Are they in the same room? Are they all playing from home? Are they in a Discord channel? What does that look like?
They're playing from home actually. Unfortunately, funny story. Our building has lost power for the last like week and a half.
Really?
Yeah, we've had no power in the building. So they are currently playing from home on our school Discord server. That's how they're communicating.
And so what kind of
Was
things...
very
if we
lucky
were
I had a.
listening- What kind of things, if we were listening in, might
again?
we hear?
You'll probably be hearing them talk about, someone dropping back at far post. Is a common call that you'll hear players make if you ever listen in. Far post meaning if anyone's familiar with soccer, it's the same concept. You're on the post of the goal, the opposite side from where the ball is. And that's the general position one that someone on defense will rotate into, dropping in. And then normally when someone comes in behind them, they push up to the front post to then be able to challenge while the other person recovers boost and cycles into the back. I also hear guys talking about whether they're passing or faking. Fakes have become a very powerful tool recently in Rocket League because so much of the game became predictable. When players would go for things, they'd go for them. They started having to incorporate fakes. We tried to do a squishy save there, almost backfired. So saying faking let your teammates know at least that you're not planning on hitting the ball, in hopes that your opponent will try and anticipate which way you're going to hit it and then basically miss, and then they can come in behind and ideally have a clean shot.
So
they might also call out bumps, like if
okay.
they're looking to clear like the goalie out of position. They might bump them or demo them out of position. Those are some of the common calls you might hear as they're chatting.
What I was going to say is, we maybe have some parents or folks watching who are not familiar with Rocket League, and on the surface, it looks like soccer with cars, and you would be right, but just as you expertly explained, there's a lot more to this than just hitting the ball and hoping it goes in. There's a lot of strategy and teamwork and communication, and so I mean that's really cool to hear, just because I hope that it convinces, maybe some folks that wonder about esports, just the level of commitment it takes to get that good,
for sure.
At the game, at anything, you know what I mean? Like anything else. It takes hard work and dedication and sacrifice to become good at something. And whether it's soccer with cars or sports or anything else, if you love it and you put the time into it, you're probably going to see an improvement. So 4-1 Burnet Barbarians up over the high schoolers, Manasquan in blue. Looks like we're going to have...
Looks like we're going to game 5 on this one.
Looks like we're going to have what you hope for there, Coach Churtis. It is going to come down to this match. There it is.
I think one of the other things that's really cool about Rocket League 2 is that game starts to end, and people might have been wondering, well, why was it for 1 second so long? The last second doesn't tick off the clock until the ball hits the ground.
True.
And so if you're down by 1, you can still make the comeback. It's pretty impressive when they do it.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you coaching this year like I have, I've seen some no time left on the clock heroics, win the game. So it's always kind of a neat aspect.
Yeah. If you're down by that 1 goal, it's not over because the clock ran out. If you can keep the ball up.
Love it. So here we go, folks. This is it.
But it's the final game here. This is for all the marbles. There's no pressure, players, at all. And if any of you are listening, no pressure, just have fun.
The deciding matchup. Manasquan, the high school state champs for Garden State Esports, in this show match versus Burnet Middle School, our middle school state champs. It is all tied up. Your Manasquan team made up of sophomores, your middle school state championship team made up of 6th and 7th graders. Again, just kind of showing you that it's not about age when it comes to esports, it's about skill, as Bolt Farm puts it on 8 seconds into the deciding match. This is where we're going to see some heroics.
Great shot, great setup. They made that look easy. See if my guys can rally back there. Nice kickoff win. Ooh, but a missed aerial there. That might come back to haunt him in a second. All right, nice clear. Fine, trying to carry a little bit. The pressure might be getting to my guys a little bit here. That's the second aerial that Ballers missed.
Stakes are high.
Little tip.
Bragging rights as the best Rocket League team in Garden State Esports is up for grabs. Is it going to be our middle school state champs or our high school state champs? I believe this would be the first loss for either program, right? Burnet went undefeated.
We were undefeated.
I believe Manasquan. No, actually, I could be wrong. I think Manasquan had, I believe, 2 losses. Right?
Okay.
I would have to go double check.
Well, as they say, all things must eventually come to an end. So, if this is how it ends, I can be okay with that.
There you go. You guys still have the opportunity to go represent GSE in the Devils tournament. We're going to see Manasquan in the national tournament, I believe in July. Yeah, Squan confirmed they lost a match or 2. So.
Okay.
That's Burnet kind of dominated. Burnet kind of dominated the middle school space. High school's a little bit more competitive. So I'm excited to see as your Burnet kids transition into your high school, you know, where they end up, how much better they get. But right now, Squan up 2-0.
Yep. So plenty of time left in the match, but a 2-0 deficit might be challenging. Oh, are we going for the double tap? Missed. But the pass, nice shot by Dan.
2-1.
Ooh. So Alkaline goes for a double tap. I don't know if he was faking that or not. It definitely worked out in their favor. And again, that's one of those things where you might see the fake. Normally, a lot of players, what they'll do is on that, after it hits that wall, they actually redirect it almost straight down into the goal. But again, as players get used to seeing that happen, they learn how to defend it, and then you come to the next thing. Dribble and a flick.
Wow.
Oof, and just like that, it's all done.
Watch this
Ooh.
one.
Great pass there. And a great, 45, that looks like a 45-degree flick.
There you go.
Right there.
I don't know so much
And a
about...
flick for anyone that wondering.
Yeah, exactly. Don't know so much about what a flick is called, so I usually
So
just say,
flick for anyone...
hits it with the razzle-dazzle.
Right. And then dribble to a third goal. Oh, man. Alkaline's starting to light up today. So a flick, for those of you that are unfamiliar, is basically where you generally start dribbling with the ball on top of your car. And then you do your flip and basically hit the ball a whole lot harder than you expect it to be going off. Oh, there's some great communication on the kickoff. Oof. And I will say that Alkaline Baller is probably one of our best at kickoffs. So I would not be surprised if they said I'm pushing left and just knew where to go.
Well, that's, you know...
Alkaline and Baller actually play a lot of cues together.
I was going to say, the more you play together, just like any other sport, the more you function as a unit. We saw that there. You know, that was almost like the no-look pass.
Yeah. That was pretty impressive. And so an air dribble, which we saw a couple goals ago at this point, basically when you're constantly making small touches on the ball as it's falling through the air with your car. You're making little micro adjustments, kind of guiding the ball to where you want it to eventually be. And that really becomes the big difference in play, especially when you go from like the diamonds and plats into the champs and grand champs. A lot of what you see in diamonds and plats are like big, powerful hits that, like, you know, go end to end. Nice shot there by Kenneth.
Wow, 3 to 4.
But as you get higher, you actually find softer shots start becoming a factor.
It's all about finesse.
And, you know, just little taps and things like that. Right, it becomes more finesse than power. You still need the power, but finesse becomes a very big factor in it.
Here we go. The middle school state champs, Burnet, up 4-3 over the high school state champs, Manasquan. This is the deciding match. The series is tied up 2-2. About 90 seconds left on the clock. 4-3.
There by Baller.
Is getting crazy.
Good read. Ooh, and a nice deflection there by Bolt. There going for the flip reset there. Just missed it. But interesting to see if they made that one, what would have happened.
Oh, close one.
And going to the corner. Oh, it just snuck in.
Alkaline.
Just snuck in there.
What is that, 4 goals in the deciding match? Making his case for MVP.
He is earning that MVP status. For sure.
Making his case.
I don't think he wants to lose this at all.
No, I can imagine. Nobody wants to lose, especially in a high-stakes game like this.
But actually, going back to one of your earlier things where, you know, building a sense of community. Yeah. Alkaline actually was a new student this year in our school. It was his first year. So, you know, he comes into school first year in a new school. And we're all remote.
Right. Not easy.
So, like, meeting people becomes near impossible, but this really gave him that opportunity to meet, you know, new people and make friends in his freshman, you know, in his first year in a new school. And so that's one of those things, I had them talk about actually when they presented to the board was, the new student. How does this help them?
Yeah, well, hey, tell Alkaline to record that story so I can share it, because that's the kind of stuff that we're trying to do.
Definitely, I will get you their presentations for it.
There you go.
I'm trying to get that presentation for you.
4 to 5, 20 seconds left.
Plenty of time to tie this game. That's a lot of time in Rocket League.
Uh-oh.
So I'm actually really excited since you brought up the Devils tournament a couple times too. I'm very excited to see that because it's going to be a 4-on-4 match.
It is unique.
So that actually goes by the name Chaos in casual mode. That's actually not a competitive mode. It used to be called Chaos because it's just so many cars and whoa!
There it is.
Yes!
Burnet Middle School.
What a game! What a match!
Hey, Burnet Middle School defeats the high school, middle school state champions. Congratulations, Coach Churis. Congratulations, Burnet. Manasquan, GG to you guys on a great season. Still excited to, go the rest of the way with everybody. Excited to see Burnet in the Devils tournament. Excited to see Manasquan in our national tournament. That was an amazing match. A lot of good stuff there.
That was fantastic.
That was great. Mr. Churis, anything you'd like to share before we get out of here?
No, that was just a great match by Manasquan. Congratulations, guys, on your championship victory. Good luck in the national tournament. We'll be rooting for you guys.
Yeah, and good luck to you guys.
If you ever want to scrimmage again, please let us know. We'll gladly pair up with you guys anytime.
Wonderful. All right, friends, that was your show match. Your winners, Burnet Middle School takes out Manasquan High School in the Battle of the State Champions. GG's to everybody. Thank you all for watching. Before you get out of here, don't forget to throw us a follow. Help us build that esports community here in New Jersey. So we can make sure that we are using esports as a platform for all students to grow. Mr. Churis, thank you for commentating and jumping on. Thank you for,
Thank you, anytime.
Yeah, thank you for being part of the match, and thank you for all that you're doing for your kids over there. Same to Miss Amy Edwards from Manasquan. A fantastic match today, a fantastic season. A fantastic program she's got going on over there. So there you see it. Darian Alkaline, Cancel, Yadir, Baller, Yee, and Daniel Dan is now 16, Bizdell takes out the Manasquan High School Warriors. Congratulations, Mr. Churis. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Well, good night, everybody. All right, Chris, thank you very much for this. I hope this becomes I will try and find the recording of it. I'll our key guy. But yeah, thank you for this. I think this should become an annual tradition, by the way. Just, middle school versus high school champs playing each other for fun. All right, have a good one. Later.